great rise, and moonlight's beloved. You know who this is. You know what it is, even though it's earlier than usual. Getting here, so we can have this conversation, some education, if you will, maybe a little fun, laugh a little bit. I want to get you in and get you out. I'm trying to be respectful to those of you who are football fans. I want to make sure that you are able to still enjoy the show, hint, hint, enjoy the show and participate with no reason why you couldn't be here. So I'm doing you a favor. But I appreciate you for coming. I do, I do. And for those of you who are not on YouTube just yet, please make sure that you follow me, that you like, subscribe, and share to Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. That is Goddess spelled like God is. So Queen God is the King Advocate. I would greatly appreciate you. What's going on, Cecilia? Thank you, loved one, for being here. I greatly appreciate you. Hopefully you'll be able to stay and participate. We'll probably be here maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on the participation and the times that folks come on in. The subject is pretty interesting, I think. Anyway, the game symbolism. Well, that's all the professional games or all the games, period. There are some symbolisms in it. The subtitle is The War of the Balls. The War of the Balls. That's what I said. That's what it is. So we're going to talk about it. So we're going to talk about some history, what this really means, what these games really represent, and from what mindset they're coming from. Okay, this is, I think it's interesting. It's something to know. So all of you who are coming in, I appreciate you for coming in. Please let me know who you are so I can greet you appropriately. I said I want to get you in and get you out. For those of you who are looking forward to the game tonight, I believe it starts at 8:15. I'm not certain who's playing, so I don't go that far into it. But I want to respect those that are here. Dennis Foster Sr., what's going on, loved one? I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. And that hopefully you all will be able to just stick with me, participate. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to ask them. If you want to minute or two, no more than that, just so we can get you in and out. I want to just give you the information and get on out of here, okay? But I do appreciate you for being here. We're going to give folks just another minute or two to get in, and then I'm going to start whether they're here or not, okay? Again, this is for the football season time only, okay? 7 o'clock on Monday nights, it'll be for during the football season only for 7 o'clock, okay? That's Eastern Standard Time. So again, for those of you who are just joining me, tonight's discussion is the game symbolism. The subtopic is the War of the Balls. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. When you all get here, you'll be here. All right. So I'm reading a book, and I'll give you all this information a little bit later on. But I'm reading. I'm doing some studying, if you will. And this topic came up at the right time because it's football season, and I wanted to discuss it on a deeper level. So this is not simply about playing the games. There is thank you so much. Hey, loved one. Thank you for being here, Kayla. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you. There's so much more that's deeper than simply playing the game, having fun with the game, or having bets on the game. It goes deeper than that. And I wanted to give you the information. So the symbolisms of any game, and I'll just use the professional games for the example, has an underlying tone of racial supremacy. And I found that pretty interesting. I mean, there's a reason for everything, and we have a tendency to skip over things that we don't know about. We don't look into them any deeper. They're just what we think they are, and that's it. And that is definitely one of the reasons why we keep getting hemmed up in situations, why we keep not knowing, is because we don't have a desire to know, and we refuse to know. So if you're here, you gonna know today, okay? So I'm gonna read a few things, and we're just gonna go right on up into it. So there is the global white supremacy system and culture is a sum total of the conscious as well as the unconscious tactics, strategies, methodologies evolved in all areas of people activity. People activity include economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. So, what we're talking about is how racism is involved in all of these things, how it has evolved from how it is infected with just it's in there. Okay. We have this misunderstanding that racism is solely based on one race not liking the skin tone of another. And that ain't it. Okay. There is an underlying psyche of white supremacy that is based on genetic dominance. Okay, and to get we're gonna get into this. Okay, you have to understand that racism, like I said, is not based on the hatred of or the disliking of whatever of a skin tone. What's going on, Luke Cage? Thanks for being here, loved one. I appreciate you. It is not that. It's deeper than that. But we have been taught to only pay attention to the surface level of it. As I stated, it goes much deeper. There is a whole culture of it. There is a psyche. There's a mentality of racism that is so much deeper than what we understand. What's going on, Anthony? Thank you, love, for being here. So we're going to discuss it today. So again, I will reread. It says the underlying psyche of white supremacists is based on genetic dominance and inferiority and survival, which is why if you saw the video for this show, it said that it wasn't about just the entertainment, it was about the survival. If you do not know, because we've been taught otherwise, non-white people are not the minority. We have never, ever, ever, ever been the minority. We've been taught to accept and be life that we are the minority so that we behave in a certain way, that we allow ourselves to be dictated to, ruled over, and controlled by what is presenting itself as a superior being, culture, system, whatever you want to refer to it as. It's important for us to know that that is not the case. And it's also important to know that they know that. Okay. They know that. The whole issue truly behind the racism is more structured toward the Black or non-white male, is directed toward the male. And I've said this before, that there is a certain genetic makeup that only melanated men, only Black men, melanated men, only you have. It is referred to as the God code. It is written in your genetics. Only you have it. Only you have the ability to reproduce a seed and non-melanated. Only you have that seed. Only you have that code. There is such a power in your seed, in your whole makeup, that is envied by non-melanated people. This is why you are hated so much. You're hated because you are feared. You're feared because you have the ability to completely annihilate a whole race of people. You have the ability to, well, I'll just leave it at that, to annihilate an entire group of people, an entire group of people because of the way you are created. There is a power about you. Please understand that. Please understand that. And please start carrying your. You're going to know that this is for certain. I'm going to give you some facts, okay? Um, One fact is non-whites are genetically superior, and they know this. Non-white males, like I just said, possess a specific genetic makeup, particularly in the sperm, that enables only them to reproduce melanated seeds and non-melanated seeds. Melanated men, black men in particular, are a threat to the existence of whites. Black men threaten the existence of whites. Only black men, melanated men, seed can produce, like I said, both the melanated and the non-melanated seed. Um, Fun fact, the original white man, European man, whatever you want to call him, um, as it is written biologically, whatever, okay, sorry, but it is what it is. It's a mutation. What happened? There were two African people's non-melanated seed. That seed became known as what we know as the albino. Okay, that's important. The albino is also referred to, I think they're also referred to as, or the white people, whatever, are referred to as Semites. We won't go off into that. I'm going to go too far over y'all's head. Because this topic to me, like I said, it was pretty interesting. What's going on, John Peak? 5-0's in the building. What's going on, loved one? Thank you for being here. Skills, Thrills on Wheels is in the building. Also, thank you, loved ones, for being here. I appreciate you. So it's important to understand the whole psyche of races. Why? Because it affects you in so many ways other than just what appears to be obvious. So this knowledge is part of their psyche. They know that what they've been telling us is completely the opposite. They know that they are the inferior race. They know that the melanated man is the superior race and has the ability to completely wipe out their whole culture. So the plan with everything that has been going on against non-white people is for their survival. If they don't get rid of you, they will be gotten rid of. That's it. The more of us there are, the less of them there will be. And this is a fact. What they have, one of the things that they suffer from, I'll say that, is a rejection trauma. There is a subconscious knowing that their natural parent, if you will, is of a melanated seed, and the melanated seed from that point has basically rejected it. There's a wanting to get back to that point. I'm gonna get to the whole sports thing just 1 second. There's a whole wanting to get back to that point, to be accepted by their black parent. There is a complete color envy. You all know this by the simple fact of the wanting to be so not be so white. Okay. There is penis envy. This is a thing. Mind you, the information I'm giving you is coming from a psychiatrist that has done all of these studies. So what I'm telling you is not just my thought. I'm giving you information. What's going on, GL? Thank you, loved one, for being here. I appreciate you. So I just left off that there is an envy. There's a penis envy. There's a color envy. There's the whole envy of the genetic power that exists in the testicles and sperm of black men. Okay, so with all of that, let's move on. Let's move on to the games. I found it interesting because I really had to think about it. And if you think you may, the next time you all play these games or see it played, you might look at it a little differently. Okay, so we're going to just talk about a couple of the games and the characteristics and the psyche behind it. So because this is football season, let's just start with football. Okay, so one of the obvious characteristics of football is the actual football. Okay, the football is a large brown ball. Okay, it's a large brown ball. There's a reason for all these things. There's a reason why these things are made the way they're made. There's a reason why the games are played the way they're played. And I just thought you might be interested in knowing. Doesn't really matter to you, I get it, but it was interesting. So the football is a large brown ball. The goal of football is to keep possession of the ball. Pay attention to this. It's to keep possession of the ball. The large brown ball, keep possession of the ball. The quarterback is usually always white. This means they have temporary control of the ball. They are referred to as the field general. I looked up, I wanted to look up how many Black quarterbacks there have been. Not many. And there's a reason for that. It wasn't until 2017 that every NFL team had to have at least one quarterback, not until 2017. Moving on. The field goal, the post, when you look at the field goal post, they're white. They're made like this. There's the opening and they're white. The psyche behind that is the posts themselves represent the legs of the white woman. The opening represents the vaginal orifices of white women, represents the vagina. So having the big brown ball go through the field goal, go through the white woman, go into, if you will, the white woman is it's a mindset on both ends, because what happened is that the supremacists has conditioned the non-white to want to get the ball in the hole, to get the brown ball through the white hole. Okay, it's a conditioning. Don't ask me why, but it is what it is. It's a whole conditioning. On the flip side of it, for non-white males, there's also a fantasy of getting vaginal orifice of white women. So it's on both sides. When the non-whites get that field goal, if you will, there is a sense of victory. There's a sense of power. And it also kind of rolls over into how the mindset of a Black man would be with a white woman, a sense of conquering, a sense of power, a sense of I'm the daddy, I'm the man, because it's always been the Black man in particular would refer to the white man as the man. So this basically, okay. Moving on. This to another game. So I want you to keep in mind the brown ball, large brown ball. The purpose of the large brown ball is to maintain possession, is to hold on to it. Let's deal with, let's say, bowling. Okay, I'm gonna go back and forth. With bowling, you have a large black ball. The purpose of this large black ball is to roll down this brown wooded floor to knock down white pins. White pins look like a phallus, penis. Is to knock down all 10 of these phallus symbols. The center pin is referred to as the king pin. But the point is for this black ball to knock down all of the white pins. Again, going back to the brown ball, the purpose is to hold on, is to keep it. The black ball, and maybe I should come back to that. I'll come back to that. Don't you worry about that. So hold on to that. We'll deal with golf. Okay, golf is considered one of the elite sports, but it also references and deals with a small white ball. Okay. The purpose, the goal of golf is to put the little small white ball into the earth, Mother Earth, Black Mother Earth. Okay. In the game of golf, also, there is a tournament that people aspire to be a part of. That tournament is known as the Masters Tournament. Um, the stick, the iron, if you will, is held between the legs. That iron is then responsible for hitting the little white ball into the hole, into the black hole, if you will, the earth, Mother Earth. It makes sense. Okay. If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. It's all good. I just thought the information was interesting. Um, but it all kind of goes together. It's like the iron, the golf club, if you will, would represent, I guess, the phallus itself, and hitting the little white ball into the big black hole, Mother Earth again. Next game, tennis. Now, tennis will show you a green ball. They weren't always green, okay? But the green ball is more of it leans more toward the white ball, okay? It's like a fall off, if you will, of the white ball. The purpose of that is to, the goal of that is to hit the ball away from yourself into the court of another. So basically, nobody wants to have this ball in their court. They're constantly trying to get it away from themselves. Um, you have soccer. Now, soccer has black and white. There's, I think it's 32 of them or whatever, and 12 of them, 12 of the hexagons, I think, are black. The other are white. But the purpose of that game, again, is to kick the ball into the white net again, while you have someone still there who is trying to defend it, to not allow that ball to get into the white net, but still connecting all of the reproductive parts. Okay, it's still to prevent it from going into it. Basketball. I'm going kind of fast. I want you all to be able to get the information and ask any questions if you have, and then go watch the game. Basketball, large brown ball. The purpose of that, again, is to maintain possession of the ball, maintain possession. Also, being able to shoot this large brown ball, put this large brown ball into the white net. Putting this brown ball into the white net is also gives also a sense of victory, a sense of power, if you will. In this game, there are defenders of the white net. There are protectors of the ball as well, to keep it from being stolen. You have, your guards, your point guards, and whatever else, I don't play. That their job is to protect the ball, to make sure that nobody steals the ball and runs the other way with it. Nobody else gets control of the ball. Takes it to another side, switching sides with the ball. I'm just giving you the information, y'all. If it don't make sense, it don't. So sorry. The player has to cross over into the opponent, side in order to penetrate. So that means they have to be able to get the ball, go over to the other team side, and put this big brown ball into that particular white net. Having said all of that, The balls clearly represent the balls, the testicles of the men. The color of them represents the melanated man and the white man. This is according to um, the psyche of the white supremacists. Okay, this is also information given from Dr. Francis Cress Wessling. If you're familiar with the book, The ISIS Papers, this is where this is coming from. This is a study that was done. So the issue is there's a comparison of the ball color, the ball size. Every sport that has a brown ball is either going to be black or brown ball. Those balls are to be protected. The game is always to protect those balls, always to maintain possession of those balls. It's always about that, to maintain possession of, to keep it close to you. The games that involve the smaller white balls or the white balls, the point is to get it away, get it as far away from you as possible, to keep it away. Some of them, like I said, with soccer, the whole point of that is to kick it away, being brutal with it, violent, if you will. Kick this ball away, get it out of here. We don't want no parts. So the whole mentality of the supremacist male, the white male, is based on penis power. Is based on the size of, is based on the power of the sperm, is based on the ability to annihilate a whole race, is based on them being able to survive because of what the non-white male has the ability to do, reproduce himself as well as them. They know this. These are symbolisms in the game. The phallus symbol is everywhere, not just in sports. This right here, water bottle, is a phallus symbol. The door entryways, well, that would be the woman. But if you just look around, whatever city you're in your house, wherever, they're everywhere. People worship the penis. They have worshipped it for many, many years. Many, I mean, years is decades, centuries. They've worshipped it. So it doesn't seem odd to me that the same type of mentality goes on in the games, or because of the games. This is the whole point of these games, or not just the point, but these are the symbolisms that are taking place within the games. So when you're watching your next game at 8:15, just pay attention. Pay attention to the little things that are there. Pay attention to the quarterbacks. How many of them are coming up black? How many people are sitting on the bench? You know, the whole purpose of the game. Look at the goalposts. Just everything. You got black and white all over the place. The symbols are not there for no reason. They're definitely there for a reason. Pay attention to them. We are affected and infected by symbolism on a regular basis. So many times we throwing up stuff. Sorry about that. We throwing up signs or worshiping things, wearing them on our bodies, whatever, that represent something. We don't know what they represent, because to us they are what we say they are. They are what we believe them to be, or what we want them to be. But what they actually represent is something completely opposite of what you think it is. So that's why I'm saying you have to be careful on what you do put out there, right? I'm going to read some of these comments because there are many. Let me start at the top. I think, Judah, you had a few things in there, didn't you? Let me see. So yeah, most black folks reflexively hate white bigots, which is a waste of time and energy. Hell, I'm a damn bigot. It means hardly anything without power. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, well, I didn't say this today, but it's also important to understand that racism, again, is not based solely on the color of anybody's skin. Racism is about power, it's about economics, it's about governance, it's about being able to control. And people, or a people, a nation who do not have economics, who cannot make decisions that affect a mass of people, can't be racist, period. Let me see. You say, glad you went there with mutation. Yep. In our backward paradigm, we don't, but should see whites as they see themselves. That part, that is exactly it. They see themselves as a mutation. They see themselves as an error, if you will. They hate the fact that they are what they are. They hate their own skin. They hate it. They hate that they don't have the ability that Black men have. They hate it. If you look at their relationships, even their relationships are not based so much on love. They don't really like one another like that. It's based solely on business, solely that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may have a few people, they show it overall, historically. I'll even put it that way. That ain't it. Okay. You say, see them how they see themselves. They were not meant to be. They are a genetic variation and are erroneously trying. Let me see. What's more? Oh, erroneously trying. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You say all. Wait a minute. Let me go back. Let me go back. I'm missing some. Oh, Dennis, you said it makes sense. Absolutely. Judah says all anyone needs to know about the truth is this theory. Wait, the truth. Slow down. All anyone needs to know about the truth in this theory is that if they'll tell you their every move through the predictive programming of a cartoon, yes, indeed, hence the Simpsons, then they'll 100% do so with the largest state-sponsored distraction in the world is all energy transference and magic. You better say that. Absolutely. Absolutely. They telling you what they gonna do. They telling you how they feel. They is right in your face, but it's presented as entertainment. So we miss it. Like I said, why do I fuck your feelings? There's a reason why I push this so much. I keep having this conversation, and I've been having a lot lately. We are so wrapped up in how we feel about things that we miss the information. We're missing the facts, and they're right in our faces. It's right there. But we want to feel some type of way, be it angry, be it happy and joyful, be it entertained, laughing, whatever it is. Y'all better start paying attention. Look a little deeper. Okay. Don't think that it's just, somebody just having a theory or this, they so far to the left. It's a reason the left go that far. Okay. The mind of these people is deep. It goes deep. We don't think that way, but because we don't think that way doesn't mean other people don't. Okay. We don't think that way. And I'm not going to say this is a problem, but one of the things that we don't do is we don't study. We don't study people. We don't study them. We don't study ourselves. We have no idea, but they do. They study us. He said the Greeks created competitive sports. They were our first white slavers. Indeed. That tells you something. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then you got us trying to be Greeks, want to be parts of fraternities and sororities and whatnot. Y'all better get some education. You better learn what you're doing before you get yourself involved. Because, Rob, when you got to answer for it, you're going to have to answer for it. Okay. And that's this you. Can't nobody answer for it but you. All right. Do you all have any questions, comments, or concerns? If you want to call in real quick, feel free to do so. 770-906-5271. 770-906-5271. If you want to call in and say something, ask a question, comment, got a concern, whatever, feel free to do that. And so I didn't want to keep you too long tonight because of the game. I think it started yesterday. Football season started yesterday. So during football season only, I will be live on Mondays at 7 o'clock 7 o'clock every Monday. Okay, only during football season will I be here at 7 o'clock. So make sure you don't miss me. Okay, make sure you are here. Is there anything that you all want me to go back over? Anything else I need to repeat real quick before I let you go? If you're good, give me a thumbs up or something. Just let me know. A heart, just let me know you're good. And then I will let you go. If you don't say nothing, I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to find something. But if you're good, no, I'm not. If you're good, let me know you're good. I hope this was informational, informative at least to you. I'm going to finish off with this, with one of the quotes of the book, and I'll give you that information too. She says, ball games equal war of the balls, which equals war of the testicles, which is war of the genes, which is race war. It's all about survival. It's all about genetic survival. This is the reason that melanated men are on attack, because you carry a God code that has the ability to completely annihilate an entire race of people. Carry yourselves accordingly. Don't be out here all willy-nilly doing willy-nilly, okay? Don't be out here just slinging the thing around with no regard to the preciousness of it, okay? The power of it, the godliness of it. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do it to us. Think before you get into these types of situations. Think before you allow your physical to take over your spiritual. Think first. I understand you get in these moods. I get it. I get it. You know, I'm not telling you not to recognize it, but respect it. Don't put yourself in situations where you are connecting with something you ain't got no business connecting with. All right. I'm just saying. All right, loved ones. Well, if you don't have any questions, any comments, or concerns, I appreciate you all for being here. Protect yourselves and me as well. And I will see you all next Monday at 7 o'clock right here. Okay. Again, if you have not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. As Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. Goddess is spelled Godis. Queen Goddess, the King Advocate. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. All right. And until I see you next time, I love you on purpose, with purpose. Enjoy your game, have fun, and be careful. And peace.